But what if the Pret isn't a ghost at all? Could this story simply be ancient ways of warning people about greed and karma? I'm Kim, and this is Hung Channel.
Do you know that in Thailand, people believe there exists a ghost so tall it can tower above palm trees, yet it can never satisfy its hunger? Tonight, we're exploring the terrifying legend of the Pret, a spirit condemned by karma, forever wandering between worlds, whispering in the darkness, always searching for food it can never truly eat. By the end of this story, you'll understand why many Thais still fear the Pret, and why some believe these hungry spirits may still be watching the living from the shadows. Chapter 1: The origins of the Pret ghost and its Buddhist background. The Pret ghost, Phi Pret, also known as the hungry ghost, is one of the most well-known spirits in Buddhist culture. Its concept originates from the doctrines of karma and the reincarnation in Hinduism and Buddhism. According to Buddhist teachings, a Pret is someone who committed grave sins during their lifetime, especially acts such as disrespecting their parents, extreme greed, or slandering Buddhism. These individuals failed to fully repent before death. As a result, after dying, they descend into hell and endure severe torment. When their punishment ends, they are reborn as Pret ghosts, eternally hungry, forever unable to satisfy their desires. The appearance of a Pret ghost is often described as tall and emaciated. Its body is little more than a skeleton, with skin stretched tightly over bone, embodying the image of insatiable hunger. Their mouths are as small as the eye of a needle, symbolizing their inability to eat. Even if they attempt to swallow food, they can never find satisfaction. This image is recorded in Buddhist scriptures and has become a common figure in folk legend. According to Buddhist philosophy, the existence of the Pret serves as a warning to those who have not attained liberation. These spirits suffer endlessly within the cycle of reincarnation and must rely on the merit transferred by the living to gain release. Thus, the story of the Pret is not merely an imagination of the afterlife. It is a moral lesson, reminding people to practice virtue and avoid greed, selfishness, and disrespect toward their parents. Chapter 2: Thailand's interpretation and beliefs surrounding the Pret. In Thailand, the image of the Pret is closely connected to Buddhist traditions across Asia. Yet, it also reflects distinct Thai cultural characteristics. Thai people believe that Prets are typically those who were unfilial, greedy, or wicked during life. They are described as towering and gaunt, as tall as a palm tree. As locals often say, this comparison reflects both the immense size and the endless hunger. In Thai folk belief, the Pret not only represents the afterlife of those who committed wrongdoing, but also symbolizes the consequences of greed and unfilial behavior. Children are often warned that if they fail to respect their parents or harbor resentment toward them, they will become Prets after death and suffer eternal hunger. Such stories have been passed down for generations and have deeply shaped Thai family values, especially the emphasis on filial piety. In Thailand, the Pret is also seen as the embodiment of karma, the visible consequence of past actions. According to Buddhist teachings, these spirits cannot free themselves and must rely on others performing good deeds on their behalf to ease their suffering. Therefore, stories of the Pret are closely tied to acts of merit-making and rituals of transferring merit to the dead. People believe that through offerings and prayers, they can help these spirits escape the Pret state and ascend to a higher realm. Chapter 3: True Stories, Personal Encounters with Pret Ghosts in Thailand. In Thailand, stories about Prets frequently circulate in urban legends and folk tales. These stories are often tied to specific locations and eyewitness accounts, making them even more chilling. For example, in an ancient temple in Suphanburi, villagers often claim to hear whispers from within the temple saying, "I am hungry." These sounds usually emerge on moonless nights, sending shivers down the spine. It is said that some villagers have seen a tall, emaciated figure wandering near the temple's large bell before disappearing into the mist. Another widely circulated story comes from Lakhon Sitamarat. A local monk once dreamed of a dark-skinned, towering ghost who pleaded for help. The monk performed chanting rituals for the spirit, and afterward, he never again experienced dreams involving the Pret. This story has long been part of local belief. These accounts are not treated merely as folklore by the people there. They are regarded as real experiences, events that prompt deep reflection on karma and reincarnation. Chapter 4: Night Terrors, The Appearance of the Pret. Many reported sightings suggest that Prets appear at unpredictable moments, particularly in the stillness of the night, when darkness magnifies their terrifying presence. The Lone Night Traveler. A businessman from Nakhon Ratchasima once shared his experience. Driving along a highway late at night, he suddenly felt an icy presence approaching from behind his car. When he turned his head, he saw a tall, skeletal figure standing by the deserted roadside. The figure resembled a Pret, thin as bone, eyes glowing red, mouth no wider than a needle's eye, emitting a piercing scream. Startled, the businessman accelerated in panic. Yet the figure lingered at the edge of his vision, refusing to vanish, until it finally dissolved into the darkness. The pursuit on the highway. On the outskirts of Bangkok, a truck driver reported a horrifying encounter. While driving along a desolate highway, the temperature inside his truck suddenly dropped. When he looked into his rearview mirror, he saw a towering shadow behind his vehicle, almost as tall as the truck itself. The figure resembled a Pret, and it seemed to be drawing closer. Terrified, the driver sped up desperately, hoping to escape. But when he glanced back again, the ghostly figure had vanished into the night without a trace. Chapter 5: From Hell to the Silver Screen, Pret in Contemporary Thai Popular Culture. In Thai horror films and television dramas, the Pret is often portrayed with striking visual intensity, towering like a building, with a withered body, a tongue dragging along the ground, and a shrill, agonized voice. Some works depict the Pret as a purely terrifying entity. Others incorporate themes of karma and family morality, presenting it as a spirit both pitiable and dreadful. In certain Thai ghost films, the Pret is no longer merely a hungry ghost within traditional Buddhist cosmology. Instead, it becomes a symbol of uncontrolled desire, endless material pursuit, even society's obsession with wealth and status. On social media, young people sometimes describe those who are excessively greedy or obsessed with fame and fortune as being like a Pret. Though often said jokingly, the shadow of karmic retribution still lingers behind the phrase. Meanwhile, in southern Thailand, the Ching Pret festival, continues to exist. Younger generations may not fully believe that prets will manifest in physical form. Yet, during the festival, the act of scrambling for offerings, symbolically fighting for food like a pret, keeps this ancient spirit alive within modern society. Interestingly, some urban youths have begun to reinterpret the pret psychologically. When a person is never satisfied, never content, always craving more, that spiritual hunger resembles the state of a pret. Chapter 6: Liberation and Redemption, Pret Goats, and Buddhist Rituals. In Thailand, rituals for liberating a pret are typically conducted through Buddhist ceremonies. These rituals are not only meant to help the deceased transcend suffering, but also reflect deep faith in the afterlife. Monks and devotees perform various ceremonies, especially acts of transferring merit, to assist spirits trapped in the pret state. Offerings, incense burning, and food donations are made with the intention of transferring accumulated merit to the pret, allowing them to escape the torment of hunger and ascend to a higher realm. The concepts of karma and reincarnation are deeply rooted in Thai society. These rituals also serve as moral reflection. If a family believes that a relative has been reborn as a pret, they often visit temples to perform ceremonies and donate food and offerings to monks. Such actions are not only meant to free the spirit, but also to remind the living of the close connection between actions and consequences. Some stories suggest that ultimate liberation does not rely solely on ritual. The spirit must also genuinely repent and transform after death. In certain tales, a pret ultimately achieves release through profound remorse and spiritual cultivation. Though these spirits endured endless suffering and hunger, once they redeemed their past transgressions, they were able to ascend into a higher form of existence, moving toward the light. I'm Kim. Please subscribe, like, and share. And stay with me. You have never faced the dark unknown.